First and foremost, it is important for you to understand that hacking is a broad term. There are many aspects to it, most of which require several programming skills, but that shouldn't stop you from using the tools made available by the internet for you to take advantage of. Go to the HTML.dog website and learn some HTML first. It is a great website and you will progress in no time. Also, consider Python as your first programming language. So, now that you are set and ready to continue with the quest, allow me to present to you a simplistic and minimalistic reference guide. On a side note, before you start, make sure your internet connection has some sort of protection, either through a proxy or a VPN. Do not take any recommendations from other anonymous members, even ops. They could be trying to hook you up with a VPN service that is cooperating with the feds. Do your own research on your VPN, privacy policy, terms of agreement, etc. Nobody is going to jail for you. After that, pay with anonymous payment methods. Again, do your own research on those methods too. P.S. Do not perform DDoS attacks while on VPN. They wireless cards ding endless packets over their servers. Needless to say, your safety is not of any concern to me, so take care of yourself first. OS picking. For hacking specifically, it is recommended to use open source operating systems, OSs, such as Linux distributions that have root, administrator, privileges in order to get the most out of the tools you use. Let me give you some ordered examples. For Linux noobs, 1. Mint. Great to learn Linux and for hacking as well. Tools can be added easily, and has a lovely desktop. 2. Ubuntu. Same as Mint, but better approach toward learning Linux than just looking good. Mint is based on it. 3. Ddos. Strongly recommended as a virtual machine. It is closest to anonymity you can get. Despite what other anons and the internet is saying, Kali isn't useful to you unless you have your own server to work on. The OS is broken and insecure, and is built for security pen testers. Kali will provide very poor security unless you know what you're doing. Wireless cards. In case you do as I suggested above, and get yourself a virtual machine, VM, with either of the 3 recommended distributions, you will need a USB wireless network adapter in order to be able to execute wireless attacks from it. This is needed because a virtual machine cannot share a single wireless card with the host machine. For the sake of convenience, price, accuracy, packet injection and sniffing capabilities, I strongly recommend a very widely used card called the Alpha OS 036 NHA with the R9271 chipset, which can be found by following the link directly below. Anonymity. There is a constant presence of fear in everyone's mind that our information is being monitored 24/7/365 by people behind monitors all day long, searching for private data and invading your personal life. Well, this conspiracy is something experienced by those who have something to hide from the authorities, whether it is illegal or possibly embarrassing. Either way, there is one thing you must know: you will never be able to fully protect yourself while browsing on the internet. However, there are several tools and techniques you may embed in order to get as close as possible to being anonymous online. True anonymity lies in several layers of data transfer, which is difficult for an individual to achieve without knowledge of third-party software that allows such possibilities. Remember, there's no magical tool that lets you be 100% anonymous online. You will never be 100% anonymous in a system that is designed to be traceable. Let's get straight to the point. The following techniques will help to achieve a high anonymity level. Tor found at HTTPS. It allows you to connect through several nodes before reaching a server, and that way all data transfer stays private. For maximum browsing anonymity, use the Tor browser in combination with a good, paid VPN as well. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network and is a server that you connect through before you reach anything online. From a security point of view, it is the safest and most anonymous tool to use, as long as you trust a VPN provider. Proxy. This is another possible way to achieve good anonymity, but is often slow and unreliable for torrenting or downloading large files. Proxy websites can be found anywhere online, but preferably use proxy servers that need configuration of the browser settings, since that will likely cause fewer JavaScript and HTML issues. More useful tools/guides. 1. Anonymous file sharing. 2. File uploading. DOS and DDoS tools. Don't use them unless instructed. However, if anybody tells you to use tools such as Loic, Xoi, Hoik or any other similar tools, do not listen to them since they obviously are not aware of the incredibly high risks of getting caught when using them. Tools that end in Oik are easily traced to your IP address and expect to get in trouble if you use them. Besides, using them on your own will cause no damage to public apps due to the severe limitations. So, endpoint, forget it. Tor's Hammer works on systems that have Python installed. Note: this tool allows the use of the Tor browser to prevent getting caught. I recommend and, in some ways, insist that you do so, because nobody other than you is liable for the damage you will cause from using this tool. How to set up. 0. Download it first. 1. Download Python. Note: Mac users have it pre-installed to place the Torshammer folder, unpackaged, on your desktop. 3. In the Torshammer folder there will be a file called torshammer.py that you will need to open with a text editor. 4. Inside the file, use the find and replace function to replace the 3 occurrences of 9050 with 9150, and save. 5. Open CMD or terminal and type, without quotes, cd desktop, and then cd Torshammer. 6. Now open the Tor browser and wait for your new identity. To ensure it works, visit at least 2 greater than different your cmd/terminal type, without quotes, ./torshammer.py, texample.com, R300, T. To understand the syntax of the command, cd, to the Torshammer folder and type, without quotes, ./torshammer.py. Slowler is one of my favorite tools that I used when I started using IPv4 version IPv6 version to download. Simply copy the text to a file and save it as slowlerus.pl and /or slowlerus6.pl respectively. You will need Perl in order to run Slowlerus, tutorials of which can be found online. Net. I will not explain here how to set this up, since you have Google at your disposal. MDK3 This is pre-installed on Kali Linux and it basically allows to deauthenticate any Wi-Fi routers in range by overloading them with empty packets until they can no longer operate, thus taking them down locally on your own. Ddos. Password cracking tools. Offcrack read info download. L0PHTCRACK It is an alternative to Offcrack and is used to crack Windows passwords from hashes. John the Ripper. Reaver This is specifically a WPAN2 Wi-Fi cracking tool, supporting routers with WPS. Wireless protected setup. Enabled It is pre-installed on Kali Linux, and hopefully on the other hacking Linux distributions too. It does not work on Windows. In fact Windows is the least reliable OS for hacking, so I regard it as a skiddy OS. Aircrack and Gcrack's WPE and WPA. It analyzes wireless encrypted packets and then tries to crack passwords via its cracking algorithm. Hydra This uses brute force and dictionary attacks to crack any password that is on a specific word list. It is well built and is very configurable, giving you a wide range of options to pick from, and limits to set. Here's a great tutorial. Hashcat uses YuRPU to crack hashes. Very strong. Man in the middle. Medium. Attacks. Note: enable rooting first, by typing in terminal, without quotes, echo 1 greater than /proc/sys/net/IPv4/IP_forward. Wireshark extremely configurable and versatile, and has close to no limitations as to functionality. Kali Linux has it pre-installed, for Windows and Mac. Download it here. Ettercap as usual, it is pre-installed on Kali Linux. It performs marvelously, and supports DriftNet, for image capturing, website scanning, NM8P. This is great for port scanning, checking whether a host is up, ping scan, TCP and UDP, etc. Nikto It performs comprehensive tests against web servers for items including potentially dangerous files, performs checks for outdated server versions, and version-specific problems. DMITRY About It Download. Vega A powerful vulnerability scanner. https://subgraph.com/vega/download. CL2. File name. This is a simple web crawler written in Python that indexes all hyperlinks of a particular web page and /or website. FTP Spider written in Perl. It cleverly scans FTP servers and logs their directory structure, detects anonymous access and writable directories, and looks for user-specified data. Arachne. This is a framework developed to assess web app security and evaluate them in real time. Read about it and download it here. Useful to note. Detailed information about IP address is a course I highly recommend you follow. Security. Find out what websites are built with all in all. Conclusion. You are prepared for anything if you are able to apprehend the work that lies ahead. But let me tell you, no one is going to endlessly spoon-feed you the information and knowledge, because all you will learn is how to copy from someone else. I think the old saying practice makes perfect fits this pretty damn well from my point of view, and I'm not saying that you can't ask anything, but if you want to learn fast, do it the hard way and look it up yourself, that's all. For the record, all tools used above are compatible with Linux distributions, apart from L0PHTCRACK, and are best used with the 3 OSs that I listed at the very beginning. In my personal opinion, and I'm sure many people would agree with me here, Windows is not suited best for the tools listed above. However, it would be useful for you to get hold of a virtual machine program in that case, such as VirtualBox, and a disk image of a Linux distribution. If you read the whole lot, that should get you started, and remember to have fun. Good luck.